No.
I got dust off. I even got notes, see?
I have a very extensive.
TLL, if you're watching this, I'd like to try one of these out for you. Okay?
As soon as we get started, freaking fly tape behind your head. Jeez.
Ooh, look where I'm at today.
Where are you
I
going
found
tonight?
a spot that has absolutely great service. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Ready? Ready? Ready?
Oh, right on the water. Did you bring your fishing rods?
I did, but I was going to get way too distracted if I started fishing. So I'm not going to do that to you guys. As much as I want to. I am dying right now because this is a perfect spot for trout. But
No, I don't want you fishing in front of me. That's all right.
okay. Did you get your Capri Sun?
Yes.
Did you? I got mine too.
Nice.
I got it. I'm having a hard time getting the straw in though.
I got dust off.
Mike, we cannot hear you at all.
You cannot hear me at all?
Barely.
Hang on.
So are you at a new place now?
No, I just drove a mile down the road.
So you're just chilling on somebody's property at this?
No, this is state game lands. I can't get. We're having a problem.
Look, both of you are bringing low-hanging fruit to get busted on. I think you guys are doing this on purpose. Are you really sitting there drinking a Coors Light?
Well, he said this is the adult's Capri Sun,
Can you
but I
hear me?
can't get the straw in.
Oh, that's a good one.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, you're not recording yet, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh my God, here we go.
Can you guys hear me now or no?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mike. I mean, it is a little, yeah.
It's not that hard. Oh, I poked a hole in the bottom. Son of a.
Now you got a shock.
Chug.
There we go.
That's how you get your CWI to pass your weld test. You give them an adult Capri Sun.
It does sound muffled, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mike, it's really bad.
I'll have to put my
I
other.
can't.
Look, I was the one doing this off my phone, and now I got better shit going on than both of you guys. Get it together.
We'll be all right. We'll make it work. Well, welcome back to Ark of the Covenant episode 2. This time we're a little bit more organized. We've got better reception. We've got better quality. Mike's doing something with his fingers.
Oh, that's our little bit more gonna.
We all got our drinks in hand.
Yep.
Hey, I'm not in the car. Oh, you know what? Now I'm not gonna be able to go outside and show you guys crap.
That's okay. That's okay. All right, so we'll start off with the news again. Who wants to go first? Power of editing. All right, well, I've got mine right here somewhere. So I found this news article that was incredibly interesting. And I might bore some people, but others might have a real interest in it. There we go. All right. Excuse me. So, there's an article I found on... hold on. All of us with this technology. So this is out of Pipeline... I think it's Pipeline Magazine. But anyways, so mid-year construction update. They do this every so often. AI data centers drive North American pipeline build-out. So, J.P. Morgan published its 15th annual energy report in March. Had an unearthly title of heliocentrism, which on the surface doesn't really sound like it would bode well for natural gas and stuff. But this article talks about once they actually dive into the report and actually start reading it. So it says, although future oil and gas infrastructure growth is seen as tied even ever more closely to electrification scenarios and tighter dependency between the natural gas and power grids. So it's this transition, especially for the states, to go from fossil fuels to go to electrification. They're having a really hard time keeping up with demand, especially with these AI data centers taking so much energy that it is more efficient for them to pipe in natural gas as power versus just getting electricity from the power grid, because the power grid can't keep up, which is something that we have, all of us in the pipeline industry have said since day one, and sure enough, it's happening now. So it even states in the article, the United States and Europe is a long way off from no longer needing both backup and baseload thermal capacity, meaning burning fuel.
Down our way, they're talking about building and adding on to the one hydroelectric power plant because they can't keep up with what's going on. And they're talking about revamping the other one.
Which plant's that?
They're going to be revamping Conowingo, and the one upriver from it there in Holtwood. Is it called Holtwood? I'm not sure. But anyway, they're going to be adding on to that one.
The smaller dam where the kayak park is.
Can't hear you, Dave.
Yeah, so they note that the total power generation in 2007 was 4,500 terawatt hours. And at the time of the Federal Energy Information Administration, God, that's a lot of words, was projecting a growth of 5,200 terawatt hours by 2023, but that demand only turned out to be 4,500. So we've gotten more efficient. But with these AI data centers popping up all over the place, it's been really taxing on the grid. A lot of the causes is like inadequate infrastructure in many areas, with high cost of electricity compared to natural gas.
Do they mention anything in there about like all these cars that need charged at all these ports now that they have to have like these gas stations? What do they draw? Is that
they gotta draw a lot. You know what the crazy thing is about those charging stations at the gas stations? It costs just as much to fill up a Tesla as it does to get a full tank of fuel.
Right, but it takes a lot longer.
You guys sit there for 2.5 hours, or maybe I don't know what it is now, but it's longer than 5 minutes to fill up. So,
Yeah.
but they're another thing that's straining on the electricity grid.
Didn't these guys have Power Wheels as kids?
What?
Realize that electric's just no fun?
No, I never had Power Wheels as a kid. That was a little.
Power Wheels? I had Hot Wheels.
No, Power Wheels. The thing you sit in and push the battery,
battery
got the little 12-volt battery.
I didn't have one of them.
I didn't either,
First time I
they
saw
always
one
ran
of
out
them
of
is when I
battery.
bought one for my son. Yeah, I was too big to get on. I tried. Yeah, they were cheap when they first came out.
Yeah, now they're not. They're ungodly. The United States has the most extensive natural gas pipeline system in the world, 300,000 miles of intrastate and interstate pipelines. That's including distribution and transmission. But the thing is that all this stuff is aging. So there's going to be a lot of work to revamp it.
Is that what they're talking about doing, revamping, or are they talking about building new sites?
Both, really, because we're going to need to. There's going to be a lot of revamping because when you're building something or doing something, it's a lot easier to make it better than to build from scratch.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let me see where it says. Here we go. AI demand and data centers are creating unprecedented load increases, stretching grid capacity and affecting cost and reliability. Major projects such as transmission and distribution infrastructure demand strategic planning and a level of public engagement and regulatory oversight. So all I hear in that is jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, so what they're gonna have to run more pipeline if they're gonna actually do this. It's gonna be nonstop.
Yeah, they're going to have to upgrade some systems. They're going to have to run more. Like a lot of the projects that I'm working on, the one project that I'm working on right now for my company is kind of the same idea. Now, I work with oil, but still they have to make the system more efficient, and we're upgrading the maximum allowable pressure. So there's a lot of upgrades that we have to do through each stop. So every pipeline has, for oil, every pipeline has a pump station in certain strategic areas in order to keep flow moving. The pump station I'm at right now, it's there specifically to get over the mountains. So, but it's not capable of running at the capacity that they need. So we're updating some of the piping in order for it to be more efficient.
With you being a CWI on it, are you constantly have to keep up on schooling for more updates, or is it just kind of passed along?
Well, as far as the welding's kind of stayed the same for the most part. Anytime that gets updated, that's a big deal. So if they do update the weld procedures, then that will be a big update, and it wouldn't really be much schooling for us necessarily. It's kind of up to me to keep up with it.
There's no more testing,
Not
like
for
I know
me, but for the welders, yeah. A lot of testing for the welders, but not for me. Not me specifically. But we're still sticking to the good old stick welding downhill, not uphill. It's all downhill. Yeah. I keep saying. Anyway. Yeah, the other thing it says is among the gas pipeline infrastructure projects listed, as many as 25 of them could be on hold, including the proposed Alaskan North Slope project, which estimated 9.9 billion cubic feet per day, which dwarfs all others that vary in size from 3 to 800 million cubic feet per day. And collectively,
so what size pipe are we actually talking if they ran it in Alaska, like what they're talking about?
I'll have to look at the report again, but I think it's 48-inch.
48-inch natural gas.
Yeah.
That's ginormous.
We have there is a 60-inch line on the East Coast.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say where it is.
Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it does go through Pennsylvania. And then we talk about the liquid side. EIA is tracking at least 18 projects, 8 of which are under construction, including 2 midstream conversions by Max Energy and 1 reversal of the pipeline to carry propane. So, according to EIA data, natural gas pipeline projects completed in 2024 increased takeaway capacity by approximately 6.5 billion cubic feet per day. That's how much they increased it. And this is all in the U.S. natural gas producing in Appalachia, Haynesville, the Permian Basin in Texas, Eagle Ford regions, wherever that is.
Is there anywhere out west that has natural gas right now? Talking United States?
Not really. Natural gas is all... No, it's not, because it's all made, as far as we know, all of the areas that produce natural gas are in the Appalachian Mountains and Alaska. Alaska has a huge reserve near oil, and again up in Prudhoe Bay, and that whole project, I talked about it last week, where they're going to talk about building a filtration station up in Prudhoe Bay and then pumping it through Alaska down there, and then be able to feed all of kind of the West Coast and Midwest, and as well as aid in the production of what we have across the East Coast as well. That's how much we're talking about. But
now, would they connect that into a pipeline they would build like in the West Coast, or would that be like propane and it would be brought to a house and bottled?
it eventually probably would, but at first they're going to get through Alaska and they probably truck it.
Okay.
For now, and then they would probably work on permits and builds to expand it further and further. It would be in a big expansion project. So we're talking about, the launch of a new era of welding when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to put a boost in technology on pipeline?
The other thing, too, is that there's another part of this article. I'm glad you asked.
This is very believable at this point, the research I've been doing on some of the technology and stuff out, that it wouldn't be that difficult to have a machine go roll right through.
Here it is. So it even says it in this article, Appalachian natural gas producers have long been leaders of innovation. From a technology perspective, our industry is increasingly leveraging AI and advanced sensors to enhance pipeline monitoring, improve safety, and streamline construction. So these tools not only reduce cost and risk, but also support more precise decision-making in real time. The thing is, when they're monitoring these lines when they're already in service, we have to make sure that they're not leaking, or if the corrosion's not getting too bad and stuff like that. So they'll send what we call pigs through the line, and they're these really, really expensive pieces of equipment that go through the line with the product, whether it's natural gas or oil, and have a bunch of sensors on it, and they sense the pipe as to what's going on. If there's a corrosion spot, if there's a delamination in the seam, if there's a bad weld, if there's a crack, whatever, it picks it up. So it gives us a lot of information. Now, these companies that make these things, they're already really expensive. The one we're using up here, or the one they already used up here, costs roughly $750,000 a day to run. Yeah.
And what is it? And that's the one that's checking the insides for delaminations and what?
Is there one person running that, or is it a team of people running that?
It's a team of people. Okay. So if somebody wanted to get a job as a pipeliner, running through the right-of-way on an ATV, chasing a pig, that's a job.
Sounds like a job somebody was talking to me about.
Well, the best part is that when I first started doing pig runs, I remember telling a couple of my friends that, hey, I got to go chase a pig down a pipeline, and they would think like pigs running down a right-of-way. And I had to explain to them, no, it's this special tool. But they said it's still, the looks on their face was hilarious.
How many people were like, I'll take that job?
Every time I talk to somebody, they're like, oh yeah, I'll do that. There we go, there's some light.
There he is.
Yeah, that's the basic of it, is that AI is kind of taking a lot of energy, and the electrical grid is not able to handle it, so we have to start piping in natural gas and gasoline and oil and all sorts of products that they said was stuff we need to get away from. But turns out it's supporting us more than they thought.
Making the electric work.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot of updates, and I was just talking to one of our students actually. He called me and asked me about getting into the pipeline industry, and I told him, I said, just wait. I said, try to get, you can send in applications, try and get into the unions, try and get in now, but if you're trying to get into the pipeline industry, I'm telling you, this time next year, it's going to be gangbusters. It's going to be insane, and the 798 union's already talking about, 597's already talking about it, company's already talking about it. They know it's coming. Only a matter of time.
Well, you need to get more people out there doing it.
That's the other issue we have too. You need people out here that actually can do it. I didn't realize this was a 24 ounce. I thought it was 16.
His adult Capri Sun. You gotta love it.
When are you writing the curriculum for the UTI pipelining courses?
I'll talk to Jimmy. We'll get right on it. All right. Well, that's basically it. It goes. If anybody wants to read this, I'll probably add a link to the description. It's very detailed and very involved. There's a lot of reading, but it is pretty cool.
So Mike, you're up.
Am I out?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
I've stayed quiet this long. You might as well just go ahead while I'm not.
All right. Well, I'm not quite
might
sure if
save
it's
you.
the same area, but this is where I was supposed to look up the battery welder thing, I think. If not, that's what I'm going off on, this tangent we're on. So I looked up the battery welding thing, and I found out some really cool things and some really crazy things. So the big ones right now on the market, I need to put my glasses back on, are the Miller Venturi 150S, the Lincoln Elevate SLI, and the ESAB Renegade Volt. Okay, the Renegade Volt kind of hit the
ESAB,
market
yeah.
first, and it's kind of it intrigued me the most. I'm not gonna lie. One of the things that intrigued me is I watched a couple videos about it, and the Volt, it not only works off batteries, but you can use it in an area where you have a plug it in, and if the voltage is too low through the old circuitry in the building or whatever you're in, batteries will actually take over, and it's got a smart board in it that will increase the voltage so it doesn't pop that breaker. It actually pulls from the batteries while it's running.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
And
So if you plug it into 110 and say I need to run 150 amps, it'll pull some power from the batteries?
yes, absolutely.
And compensate. Oh, that's
And
awesome.
here's the
You're
thing
making me
that
spend money now.
here's the thing that sells me on the ESAB even more than anything else on the other two. The ESAB runs off DeWalt batteries. The Miller and the Lincoln run off proprietary batteries from the company.
Okay, that makes
So
yeah. I see what you're
they're
saying.
all in the ballpark right around $4,000. So they're all kind of salty. They're like $3,700 or $3,900.
Now,
But
how long have they been out? Does it say anything about that? Like,
the
in
ESAB
general?
Renegade's been out for about 5 years now, I think. Didn't get the
I've
exact
seen
date.
it around.
There's this up and coming company, kind of like the Art Captain Yes Welders of the industry, called TLL. And TLL, if you're watching this, I'd like to try one of these out for you. Okay.
Way to leverage.
Right.
It's called a ZW 160. Retails $419.99. Runs on 2 little battery packs. You can even get a flux gun they have for $169.99.
No.
Yeah, I'd really like to try that out.
Now, what did you say about the DeWalt one? You said it runs on DeWalt batteries. What?
The ESAB one, the yellow. So you know how we have the blue for Miller, red for Lincoln.
Yeah,
ESAB's
yeah.
the yellow brand. The ESAB one runs on 4 DeWalt flex batteries.
Does it come with it, or
whereas
do you have to
the
get the
Miller
battery
one,
separate?
the Miller one's got like gigantic, this gigantic battery that fits under it, and you can get another battery, but the battery is what was it, $1,500 for a battery for the Miller. The Lincoln's battery I couldn't find a price on, and the ESAB runs on 4 drill batteries. So
That's what I was
battery?
wondering. That's what I
What
was
was that?
wondering if you were talking about. If they were ran off like the drill batteries, like we
yeah,
are.
it's the 40 volt ones. It's not the 18 volt ones. So it's the bigger ones, but it's 4 of the 40 volt ones.
That's
So-
kind of ridiculous.
Do the DeWalt batteries come with it when you buy the ESAB? Or do you have to get them
It does
separate?
come with 4 batteries. If you
Does
want
it?
more, you got to buy more.
I tell you what, that sounds like a deal. I'm just
It
saying.
does.
$100 more than the other two. Like the other two are coming in $3,700. The Miller Venturi was $37.95 was the best price I could find with battery. The Lincoln was $37.89, and the ESAB, the best price I could find was $39.58. So it is $200 more, but I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more versatile there.
Well, and the fact that you can plug it in and still use it,
Yeah.
and then only use the batteries, like you can use it as a 200 amp welder plugged into a 110 outlet, theoretically.
I guess, if you look at it that way, then it's not bad. But
Like
I wouldn't want to
Catherine.
rely. I wouldn't want to rely on a bunch of DeWalt batteries. Not to be rude, but those things are.
There, ESAB was talking
Still
about, the
questionable.
engineers were talking about how they got into certain workplaces where either there wasn't enough power or where they were at, the safety guidelines wouldn't allow them to run an extension cord or wouldn't allow them to run a lead. So they could literally put this thing on their shoulder, go up in a man lift, and do a weld.
Yeah, that is wild.
I really
No
want to look into one
fumes.
now.
Yeah, no fumes that you have to breathe from an engine
I
running
mean,
next to
I'm
you.
sure from a CWI perspective, radiographing the weld and all, I don't know, like the low power cutoff and that kind of thing of how much amperage do you have into the weld and everything.
Well, we monitor that anyways.
What was that?
I said we monitor that anyway. So if a machine, I don't trust the digital readouts or anything, and we're not supposed to.
Right.
So when somebody's welding, like we audit at least 10% of the weld. So I'll track everything. I'll clamp on my meter. I'll put my little prong in, and I'll measure the exact amperage that they're getting right to the stinger. So, but when you're talking about like quick maintenance repairs and stuff like that, God, what a lifesaver.
Or like a trailer repair on the road.
I know what Mike's next investment is.
I don't know about the $4,000 one, but that $400 one sure sounds tempting.
You know, for $400, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Like, even if it burns 5 rods, so what?
Just stop going to Wawa for like a month and a half. I'm sure you'd save yourself freaking.
That's a lot of monsters.
Stop drinking. Yeah, you stop drinking Monsters alone, you'd probably be able to.
For real.
That's pretty cool. Well, I'm proud of you, Mike. You did some serious research.
Look, I even got notes, see?
Oh my God.
Nice.
Not that I can read my own handwriting.
I went with, I seen an article about a business, FBR, and they're out of Australia, deal with like automated welding, you know, because I'm still, this whole AI and the automated stuff is still fascinating because I've never seen any of it really out in the field. And so this is like I guess the second largest thing that's out there now, and it's got a range of 8 meters in like its stretch. You know what I mean? It's a big, very large, big robotic arm. You can end up looking it up. I should have, if I was more on technology, I'd be pulling a picture up next to you. And it can do, now I don't know about this. I don't know if this is correct or not, but I believe it's at 25 kilometers per hour, which doesn't, I don't know. Yeah, which I'd have to double check that. I wrote it down.
25 kilometers an hour of welding?
I don't know. I guess, but that don't make any sense.
Wow.
Because 25 kilometers, that would be like, what, 15 miles an hour?
That is...
Or 10 miles an hour? I don't even know off the top of my head.
25 kilometers an hour is what? 12,
that thing would have to be Halson. That would have to be Halson.
That's pretty quick. That's substantially quicker than submerged arc.
So, I mean, I guess
Somebody
the
do
main...
math, put it in the comments.
I know. I should have been on it. I wrote it down not thinking about it because it was in kilometers and stuff, and I'm like, and then right beforehand I was like, wait a minute, it's like this all that.
I would like to know inches per minute.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like the idea because submerged arc, at least when I was inspecting bridge work, the fastest submerged arc I was able to witness that was qualified was, I think it was something like 16 or 18 inches per minute, which was quick. Like, that was quick.
So.
Now, that was no 12 miles an hour. I can tell you that. 12 miles an hour is me sprinting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't see it. The main thing they're using it, they're looking at using it in mining, shipbuilding, and defense. So that's a pretty broad range in itself. So it actually comes in like the single wire setup for the standard welder, and then it has the dual wire setup. And it also has this laser scanner built in so that it can identify the creases and identify where it's supposed to be welding to make it that much more pinpoint accurate for like semi-inaccurate cuts, or it can compensate on its own, and it can follow the laser, which is pretty cool. It can more or less identify the seams. Let's see, and what else they have? They have some platform, I don't want to quote what it says here, Australian platform robotics, which makes it easier so they can plan out and simulate welds before they do it. So they can compensate for anything that might go wrong, or so it just shows how much more accurate this thing is from ones that they've built in the past. That one cost price is $990,000 for one of these things.
Yeah.
Yep, and this model will be coming out in 2026. I got this out of FBR Limited.
FBR Limited.
Their newsletter of their new products and stuff.
Okay.
It's an Australian company, I guess it deals in automation.
Oh, I got it. What's that, Mike?
I said, so actual cost when it actually comes out, like 1.
Yeah, I mean, after installing it, putting it together, getting trained, but still, can you
add it up though? I mean, think about if it can do ships and mining and stuff like that.
What welding process is it?
It actually didn't say. I was thinking MIG. I was thinking MIG because it's saying dual feed wire. But they can do TIG that way also. You got your automated TIG wire set up, so maybe it's optional.
Such thing as dual wire subarc?
I would think using laser and stuff, it would be gas.
Oh, I gotta look that up now. That's cool. That's it.
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty neat, you know.
That is it. That is pretty cool. Well, that was a really good news section there. All right, so we did. Give me 1 second. Oh shit, I can't see. I'm back.
Did you get American Free, son?
I am.
No.
Obviously, I don't have enough because I'm not. We're all serious this time. Everybody did their due diligence, but
I know.
Oh, this is gonna get fun now.
well, at least we were recording when I told Mike to take the flash strip down.
So we did for the topic today. We were talking about how there's a bunch of people, especially in people that listen to me. I've got a bunch of people that watch my videos, and a lot of them want to get started welding and just don't know where to start. And there's others that are professionals that listen and all that stuff. But I've gotten a lot of people asking me, where to start, what to get, what tools are worth it, what tools are not. So the three of us put together toolkits. We gave ourselves a budget of $1,000, and that's everything. That's welding included. Now, we didn't include tax and we didn't include gas because that gets a little complicated. But we wanted to come up with what our toolkits would be for $1,000, and we stuck with our specialties. My specialty is stick welding. Dave's specialty is TIG welding, at least at school. And then Mike, your specialty is MIG welding because
Some people might argue that fact, but
hey, whatever.
I'm talking about myself, not Mike.
So I'm very anxious to see what you guys came up with.
Yeah, Mike, you can go first.
Here you go.
If you're ready.
All right. So
Put your safety glasses, Mike, on.
I kept going back and forth because, after working with Franchetti, he sold me on Yes Water, and I really, really love my DP200. But when I bought it, it was $440. Now it's like $700. So if I would buy that for $1,000 budget build, it would kind of take up most of my money.
Yeah.
So I decided, hey, somebody starting out might not need quite that much power. They want something to get practice in. So I went with the YWM 160. It's $225.99, and it still do gas welding. So that was where I started my kit. And I threw in a hood. I got the part number down here, but it was $82. $83 for a hood from Yes Welder. I went to Cyberweld for some Black Stallion gloves. They were like $19. The cheapest welding jacket. Welding jackets get stupid expensive.
They are.
In my entire career, I've never purchased a welding jacket. I've always either
along with your hoods, right?
Or gotten, what was that?
Along with your welding hoods, right?
Yeah, I haven't purchased a hood either, but the cheapest jacket I could find was a Tillman 6230, and it was actually $11.49 on Amazon. That was the...
Oh God.
Well, I was wondering because you're sitting here saying, because welding jackets are ridiculous. I found like 100 of them for like $40 that looked really good. Ones that I've actually had myself through work, and I'm like, what is Mike talking about? Where is he looking?
The second that popped up online, it was the Western welding attire, $150 jacket, and I'm like, no. So
they're
nice, but yeah.
They're nice.
Starting out, you're going to burn through it anyway. You're going to get the grinder caught on it and rip it up, and So.
And ideally, it's just so you're not getting the rays and getting burns and having skin cancer, and
right.
it's more that cover your skin than it is, you're going to get burned. Burns are burns.
So I found DeWalt grinders at Lowe's for $74 on sale right now.
Wow, Mike did better. Mike did better than me on that one.
It's actually the same model that we have at school for $74.
That's pretty good. Grinders have really come down lately because I can tell you the grinder that I used to use, I still have it. Well, one of them. I kill grinders, but one of the grinders that I still have at my shop is a DeWalt 6-inch grinder with a trigger, and it doesn't have the safety.
Same here.
Yeah. You're not allowed those anymore, at least in the field. But it was, when I got it, I think it was $3.99. Now it's 10 years old. It's 10 years old.
It's older than that, way older than that. And I've never...
I usually put a 6-inch disc on my 4.5-inch grinder.
That's a good example of what not to do.
Yeah. Let's share a story of a boy named David.
Hey, I got a stack of 6-inch discs out my garage, and there's not a single 6-inch grinder out there.
I saw a video of a guy that put a 14-inch chop saw blade on his grinder.
Did it cover his hand?
Really close. Yeah, really close.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You were close to your hand.
you are either fearless or stupid.
Or someone that has never seen one of those things fly apart.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially them cutting wheels. Oh my god, I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times I've had them fly off, and every time
Oh, yeah.
I flinch.
I've had them explode on me, but it's usually because I was abusing them.
Yeah.
Hey, you put some torque on them.
Try to use it as a grinder. You know, it's not a grinder.
Yeah, don't do
Cutting
that.
wheel.
Cutting only.
Continue
What else you
on
got,
my
Mike?
list. I got some Blue Demon welding wire. I got some ER70S-6, 030, $49.99 for a 10-pound spool. And then I was like, well, if you're going to get it, you might as well mess with flux a little bit too. So an E71T-11, 030, 8240.
That's not bad.
And then the majority of the tools, the hand tools I got, they were from Harbor Freight. So
I heard there were rules thrown down where you weren't allowed to go on Facebook Marketplace or
Yeah, because I knew
Craigslist.
Mike that thing. He was going to go on there and find some ridiculous. He's going to find like a toolkit from Craftsman that was like 40 years old. Guy doesn't know what it's in there for $100. We'll save that for another podcast.
He's got an old Ideal Arc, $200. Harbor Freight 8-inch MIG pliers, $11.99. A welding brush set, $4.99. Chipping hammer, $5.49. Some Chicago Electric magnetic holders, $3.94. A soapstone set, $3.79. I mean, if I wasn't worried Malcolm might watch this, I would say I use Sharpies. I don't really like soapstone, but you know, it would hurt Malcolm's feelings. 12-inch F clamp from Berger, $27.99. Pittsburgh welding sheet metal clamp pliers, $12.99. I saw your list, Steve, and I was like, about a Vice, but I don't know. I could never bring myself, I think, to pay brand new price for a Vice, even at this point in life. I think I'd have to find a marketplace deal somewhere. Vices are just stupid money.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pick out like a 6 or an 8. I picked out like a 4-inch for a begin. You know, somebody that's just starting to so they have a Vice in general. And at that point, you can make your own stuff. You can make anything bigger. You can make anything. You know what I mean? If you're handy and you want to start practicing and stuff, you can make anything out of anything. You make it work.
So that list comes in at about $700 because originally I was worried about. Before you said something different, I was worried about making space in there for a gas bottle on gas. That's why I kept it and went with the $11 jacket.
I left the gas bottle out because I come to notice that depending on the area that you live in, depends on the price. Like, honestly, for us in the area that we are, our gas is actually pretty expensive. Whereas, like, I come up here, I can get a gas bottle for pretty comparably cheap. I can get a 125 cubic feet at home, bottle and gas for about $400. But up here, I can get 125 cubic foot of gas at the welding supply store for like $250.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah, and I'm in the same state.
Yeah.
I've been pricing the straight argon bottles right now, and I just don't even want to buy one. And they're not even that much. It's not that
I've got one sitting over here. Just come get it.
It's pathetic. Mike and I are sharing all of our gas bottles and stuff.
It's
if it
not
works.
Your oxy torch isn't sitting in my garage or anything.
That's a pretty good list.
Is that everything? That's 1,000.
That's everything on my list. Yes.
That's not bad, man. You did see. You were bargain hunting. You were actually. I know. I'm surprised I didn't get. Wait till you see mine. I actually give a metal list of and then instructions how to make your own tools. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
No. But that's what I do. I mean.
Your legs.
Well, and that's the nice thing about welding in your garage. Like, you can plug this stuff into a 110, and it's enough to where you can make tools and jigs, and you can even make your own table.
Yeah, you make your own vices. I didn't put a table in, and I thought of that at the end. But I'll tell you, there's not too many good tables you can get for under $1,000. To be honest with you,
No.
You know, if you're talking about going and buying something new, a metal table, and especially if you want like a one of the peg tables where you can,
Which you can make them. They're not as good as the ones you can buy. They're not as straight and square.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're just getting started, you don't need $5,000 worth of tools to get started. Just get started and then upgrade as you go. Let the work pay for it.
I think we all do that. I remember when I first started turning wrenches, I got brought out of being a pressure washer and got brought into being like an apprentice. And they gave me a tool allowance. It was $350 or $360 or something like that. So I went out to Home Depot. I found a Husky kit for 360 piece kit for $360, and I was like, yes, I'm on it. It's all my
All right.
sockets, all your basic tools. And I actually, what was left of it over the years, of wrenching and stuff. I still have a lot of those Husky. And then Husky went out. It was Stanley, and all I had to do was get on the phone and tell them the part number, and they would just send it to me as warranty.
That's
So it was pretty cool. Hey, you got to start somewhere. Start small. Now I got a bunch of tools sitting in my garage, and I don't even want to turn wrenches. So I won't even admit to how much I have in tools.
Well, we don't want to go there, buddy.
No, it's an addiction.
No, you guys are bad.
I'm done. I'm done buying tools. I make them now. I'm done
Yeah.
buying stuff.
Can't say I'm done, but whew, it gets expensive.
You probably should be.
I should be. Should be done buying vehicles too, but I'm still
Yeah,
kidding every day of the week.
Or at least every time you buy one, you take one off the car lot and get rid of it. You know.
My wife
Not
told me
the
I'm building the salvage yard.
I'm just saying that because I got a clean yard now, as far as cars. So, all right, I guess I'm up next. All right.
Yes, sir.
So I was doing TIG, and of course it's funny how we all went the same way, but I thought of a couple different companies like Eastwood. Eastwood has some good welders out there. There's a couple companies I was thinking of, but actually Yes Welder. I mean, I got the Yes Welder TIG welder. It's great looking machines, clean, it's nice. You can tell a story if you want. Actually, he knows a little more about it than me. I see the smile on French Eddie's face. I got it from him.
Well, just to be clear, Yes Welder is not sponsoring the podcast.
No.
I did some research and development for them for a year or two, and we got turned on to the brand, and then they came out with their second generation, and they're just, they're nice. You can't beat the value.
Yeah, and the price, it's ridiculous. They got this Yes Welder 205P Pro. It's $250. It's ridiculous. That's a TIG welder. Now it's DC, you know what I mean? Starting off anyway, not a lot of people are going to be doing aluminum, or they're not going to jump right into aluminum. So, got 1 year warranty. It's a little, and it's small. It's like 12 by 12 by 6. It's not a very big welder. It's 110 or 220, single phase. It comes with a 13-foot torch.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a long torch. I don't even think my Miller-Matic has a 13. I think I might have like a 6-foot cord on there. And then the power cords on ours, what are they, like 2 foot? That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's what they put on every weld.
They're long enough.
But yeah, 13-foot torch. And then they got the 17 TIG torch. So it's not like they give you some tiny little, what are you laughing at? Mike's over there giggling at his wife. I'm sitting there looking closer at the camera to see if I got a hanger in my mustache or something. So all kind of things got lost in this thing. But no, I mean, for the price of it and everything, and I mean, it's pretty complicated welder. It's a pretty nice welder. You can do stick or TIG, so it's a little versatile too. And then I just found that on Yes Welder helmet too. There's so many options of nice Yes Welder helmets for like $90. I know it sounds like we're pushing Yes Welder, but
I have to pause you for a second there. I was so upset. In the Yes Welder top thing, there's this knockoff of the Steampunk, and I totally wanted to put that in my cart and be like, yep, just so we can be like Mr. Robinson when we grow up. Excellent welders, But they didn't have it listed. They just have it in the picture up top.
I like that helmet, but I actually like the other helmet we have. The
ADV.
What is it?
The ADV, the one with the Cyclops light.
The light on it and everything. Yeah, I'm spoiled now. I mean, a welding helmet with a light on it, it's like,
Yeah, I got my Blue Demon light. Oh my god.
Then somebody introduced me to magnifying lenses. I never knew that was a thing. So I went that route. I thought that was a really good deal. And I also went to Blue Demon because I got some Blue Demon stuff. I got a jacket and some gloves and stuff, and it's not bad, for the price and stuff. But actually for their supplies, I was pricing their supplies and stuff. So TIG wire, they average about $55 for a box of TIG wire. So I said, you buy 4 boxes, and you go with like an inch and an eighth, or so you can have 2 sizes of each. You're only really going to. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. An inch and an eighth. Yeah.
Man, you're out there running 1,000 amps.
I know, right?
Out of your garage.
I don't want to give you any ideas for your YouTube channel or something.
Don't tempt me.
At the end, you'd be like, next on Stickman Fab. You're going to do an inch and an eighth filler rod. No, but they, I pretty much figured you're going to need 2 different sizes stainless, 2 different sizes mild steel. So I went for 4 containers. They had decent jackets in there for like $45. I figured that's not bad.
And they're decent. They're decent. They'll last a while too, especially with TIG, because you don't have any spatter.
You don't need a heavy jacket really, for the most part. And I don't like having a real heavy jacket, so I like what they have. And their gloves are decent too. They have a pretty good pair of gloves with their Tillmans. Yeah, they have some Tillmans TIG gloves that are like $9.50, and they're pretty good gloves too. Apparently, I didn't research my grinder the way Mike did, because I went on Granger because that's what I saw as the quick cheaper buy. They were all about an average price for the grinders, about $140. So I figured you're gonna need 2 grinders. I don't know about you guys. I got like 4 grinders in my shop. I like having. I don't like changing wheels over all the time. Yeah. So I like having different grinders for different stuff. A cutting one. Each bench has like 2 grinders on it. So and Wilton Vice. We got that $132. Now it's only like a 4-inch, but like I said, if you're just starting off,
is a good brand.
It's a good brand, and you can always buy a bigger one, but I mean, you just got to have a Vice. It's just one of them things.
For sure.
I did go to Harbor Freight for a couple of things, nothing crazy. Let's see, they had some Welpers for like $11, and some metal Vice grips, Pittsburgh, like you were saying, the Vice grip set. It was like $12.99 for a set. Yeah. So and I think that came just at or just slightly above $1,000. So that's the way I would have went.
Okay, I came up with. All right. So when I have to prepare you, I have a very extensive list.
Look.
Here we go.
It's a very extensive list, and I stayed under $1,000. All right. So before I start, the total is $998.70.
We can't even buy a Capri Sun with what's left over.
Yeah, that's my monthly Capri Sun addiction.
But the nice thing about stick welding is that, unlike MIG or TIG, in order to do a different material, well, I should say unlike MIG, to do a different material, all I have to do is change the rod. However, it's a lot of smoke, less efficient, a couple other things. Still my favorite process, but you get what I'm saying. So to start off, I also went to Yes Welder. By the way, Yes Welder, if you guys are listening, which I'm sure you are at this point, we would love for you guys to sponsor us at this point, because we're doing a hell of a job marketing for you.
It's funny that we didn't even really talk about what we would pick. I mean, listen, I would have went different routes with different welders. I mean, like if I was getting a MIG, I would actually still stick with I have an older Miller Matic 250, and I love it. I'm fine with that. I love the way my Miller welds, and cost-wise, that Yes Welders and stuff, it can't beat. Even the Eastwoods. Yeah, Eastwoods are great
welders, but again, they're a different price bracket.
Eastwood and Harbor Freight used to have the entry level stuff. Yeah. And Yes Welder, Art Captain, there's a couple other companies out there. They just came in and just undersold them with a better quality machine.
Well, I was in Harbor Freight a couple of weeks ago, and I was actually surprised when I saw their welders, because they're
expensive.
But they're getting more complicated. I mean, they got waveform TIG, and it's not just basic. They got decent looking welders, but
it's not the same Harbor Freight anymore.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy one personally. I'm just a little too.
But you look at the price, like the Omni multi-process that'll do a lot of that stuff. I mean, you're looking at a $1,000 welder, just the welder all by itself.
I mean, yeah, it could be a $10,000
Dynasty or something.
Yeah,
that's insane. So I went to Yes Welder. I went right for the ARC 205 DS. Now, the reason why I went for the ARC 205 is that I have noticed that the smaller welders, especially in the stick welding side, when you get down to the 125s and stuff, they don't have the power. They just don't have power to run, even if you plug into 110. They still, for whatever reason, just don't have the same punch that a 200 amp machine does. Like I said, even if you plug it into 110, the ARC 205 DS will still have enough to run something like 6010, versus those little ones just don't. And two, it's $138.99. I mean, that's a cheap starting price right there for a welder.
How much?
What?
You said $138. Wow.
For a 200
amp welder.
Now, see,
that second generation that I tested, and it works great.
Is it a multi-process?
No, it's just a stick welder.
Oh, okay.
It is just purely stick welding. But $138. Of course, for the hood, they also have the S-Welder Aggressor hood, which is the one that I have with the fucking green monster on it with the teeth and a bunch of eyes. So that's $109.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't watch your YouTube, so I don't know.
No, I know you don't. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not offended. I'm not mad. I'm just
I
disappointed.
get the real thing. Why would I want to watch it?
But yeah, so I went for the Aggressor hood at $109.99. And the thing about that hood is that it's not just, right here. I got the peripheral vision on it too.
Yeah, so I've never tried one of those. Yeah, peripheral vision.
They're
type
nice.
hoods.
Yes, Water.
Now,
If
of
you
course-
could send Dave one of those.
What's that?
I said, yes, Water. If you could send Dave one of those hoods, please.
Yeah, right. So, and then I went right to Blue Demon. Yes, Blue Demon is a sponsor of my channel, but I have been buying their products for, 15 years. And Blue Demon has the Game Changer gloves, which I think we all have them, right? Yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
They even work well for stick welding because the side of the hand, they're thin, but the side of your hand right here has an extra layer of like denim on it.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
protects
They're
you
the
from
ones
a lot
I'm
of
wearing. I'm actually wearing them now at work. I like them.
Yeah, they're really nice. Now
And they're fashionable.
$17.15. I mean,
There's some denim on them. They're
I think
fashionable.
it's denim, right?
Yeah, it is.
Cotton
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
That's why I'm rocking them, man. I think they look awesome.
Hell yeah. So then, of course, stick welding. Now, the difference between stick welding and MIG and TIG is that if you're going to weld something, welding rod, you're going to have a couple different welding rods, even just for carbon steel. So I got 332 7018, 5 pounds for $16.95. I got 332 6011, also a 5-pound can for for $37.44. And those are the two rods. Honestly, if you have 6011 and 7018, you can pretty much weld any carbon steel that you got.
You didn't get any inch and a half? Inch and a half? No, all right. Well, I've heard students talking about you having making a 6-foot stick rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I stuck 14. No, not 14. I stuck 12 60-10 1/8-inch stick rods together and made a 6.5 foot long or 7 foot long rod and was able to weld with it from 7 feet back.
It was 60-10? Would you run the hamper to 200?
No. did have to jump it up though. 1/8-inch 60-10. On average, I usually run an 1/8-inch 60-10 at 90 amps on most things that I do. I had to pump it up to 110 just to get it running. Not a big loss, but
Maybe
now,
I will
I
watch
did get a taste.
Maybe I will start watching your videos. You sound charismatic.
The best is
Now,
sitting in the vortex room while he's trying to keep your attention. And I'm like, sorry, you're distracted me. And I'm sitting there watching him on the phone.
So now I got a table, all right? So I got an Olympia Tools 30 by 20 table. It's a chintzy little table that folds up, and it's got multiple angles. It's $94.92 on Amazon. I actually have it. I use it for inspection to put my computer on and my printer and all that stuff. It's actually a pretty decent table. Not going to last all that long, but it'll at least get you started.
It's a little metal table?
Yeah, it's a little metal table that folds up. It's adjustable height, and then it also adjusts on the angle too, so I can actually angle it down a little bit. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, it folds up so it goes right into my truck. That's kind of nice. Now, you guys went with the wired grinders. I went with a battery grinder. So, shut up.
I just don't trust them. I love having them. I just don't trust them.
No, I agree with you. But to get started,
I went for 6 batteries today at work, and they were all dead and junk. I have a problem right now with batteries.
I agree with you, but I have my Craftsman grinder. All right, and that's what I put on this list. I have a 4.5-inch Craftsman angle grinder with a trigger. All right, it's $69. Now, and it comes with a grinding wheel and all the tools. It doesn't come with the battery. I got the 4 amp hour battery pack. It's a 2-pack of 4 amp hour batteries with the charger for $49. And this is all at Lowe's. I didn't go to Home Depot, but I also didn't go to Harbor Freight at all either. And then I also got 2 sets of 4-inch C-clamps for what?
I didn't go to Harbor Freight either. That's because you're DWI.
Okay. What an ass.
You don't have to shop at Harbor Freight.
But I got some 4-inch C-clamps from Pony for $12.48 each. So that's $25 or thereabouts. I got an assorted pliers set from Cobalt that has the channel locks or pump pliers, the standard pliers, needle nose pliers, and dikes for $32.98. I also got 2-pack of Cobalt self-locking 25-foot tape measures for $15.98 because we all know that everybody loses tape measures.
My poor person would be lost. Now, what if we did this, where we started, like, investing in this, and we're like, all right, we're going to take 3 young guys or girls or, people that are going into the welding world, and we're going to buy them these $1,000 kits and see how they make out and give them a project with just the tools that we give them.
I would love to imagine we could do that.
That would be awesome.
Mike's, all the tools would be breaking because he got them at Harbor Freight. Mine would be missing half of them because I'm too lazy to shop it out.
Mine would all be stolen. So, and I started to go a different route with the tools. So I got 2 tape measures because we all know we're going to lose one right away. I got a Swanson 7-inch speed square, the same speed squares that you guys use at the shop, $9.98. I got a 2 Johnson torpedo levels, little 9-inch levels, $6.98 each. Now, I don't know if you guys know what this, well, actually, Dave, you probably do know what this is. But it's a Crescent 15-inch spud wrench.
Got the
The
spike
line
on
up on the end, I got that. That was expensive, but it's worth it. In my opinion, anytime you do, because I'm figuring that somebody's going to want to stick weld, more than likely they're going to be doing some thicker stuff. So, $37.78, Lowe's, all right? And of course, we got to put these tools somewhere. You can't just lay them on the ground.
Did you buy a Milwaukee?
Nobody thought of that, did they? Yes.
Yo, I got
a Craftsman rolling 4-drawer tool cabinet for $139.
That's awesome.
And then the one other thing that I got was
how could there be more?
What?
I did not shop this out. This guy's got like 5 pages of crap for this person.
I told you, mine's I have all this. Quite honestly, I've probably bought all these tools at one point in time, more than likely, because I just started clicking on stuff on Lowe's, and it said, it comes up with suggested stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So you cheated off of your Lowe's history
account? Yeah. So Lowe's is the closest hardware store to me. Like the closest Harbor Freight to me is 45 minutes. Well, no, that's not true. I think it's like 35 minutes. But anyways.
They're sprouting up everywhere around us, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the mentality of the area.
Hey, is it bad that there's one halfway between my shop and Dave's?
What's that?
Halfway between my shop and Dave's, it's not a bar, it's a Harbor Freight.
Or a Tractor Supply.
They're popping up everywhere. Now, the last thing that I got was a do you see these vices? The Vivor multi-use bench vise for $90. All right? They actually work really nice, and I'm going to put all this stuff up so everybody can see it while we're talking. But this vise has multiple different angles that you can put it at. So it's got its base that you mount, and then you can loosen off the nut, and it'll actually spin the jaws, so you can level it that way. And then on the back side, it's got other jaws for like pipe and stuff.
I have one of them in my shop.
Yeah,
now,
I
granted,
love that vise.
I don't know where you got yours.
I just want to clarify here for a second. He's busting on us for Harbor Freight, and he's using a company that was started on TikTok.
So.
I mean, Vivor makes everything now. Just go on TikTok and look.
I went on Vivor and bought a bed rack that goes up and over, and then I also bought a canvas tarp that'll fit, and I'm gonna make a rack that fits to my truck, and I'm gonna be able to put the canvas tarp over top.
Gonna look like you're going out on safari or some shit. And look, he's gonna start sleeping in there too.
He got to put off-road lights on there.
It does have off-road lights on the back of it.
Fellow Colorado owner.
Are you embarrassed?
No. I love my Colorado. I don't care. I like yours. I do like yours. I like the way yours is shaped. It's got better shape to it. What model is yours? The Trail? What is it?
Trail Boss?
Trail Boss, yeah. All right.
I tell you what, it's a really good thing I got it. I have found the limit multiple times.
Yeah, I don't think mine would do what yours probably does. You got a little bit of lift and bigger wheels.
I've scraped frame. In fact, to get back here, I went through a little bit of a ditch. And then going up the right of ways, because what happens is when they're doing the pig run and stuff, they all rent side-by-sides and go up. Now, I made the dumbass mistake of like, I'll just take my truck up. I got halfway up, and I was like, can you come get me? I jumped on the side-by-side and went the rest of the way because it was good up until I got to this real rocky area, and I'm like, I'm going to break something. I can't do this.
Yeah, especially your own truck. You know, if it was a company truck.
Yeah, if it was a company truck, I'd probably romp it. But.
Unless I was the one in the company.
I have a side-by-side if you need to borrow it for Jenny.
That's how Mike relaxes. He likes to drink and drive side-by-sides in the mountains. And
not at the same time.
We call
Just,
them trail sodas, okay?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Mike didn't try to throw one of his little ammo box speakers in on the deal. He's like, and you could reach out to me, and I could build you one of these little ammo box speakers.
Hey,
Like
I
trying to
kind of
sell it
bought
out.
Harbor Freight out on all the boxes the other day, okay?
Mike's new thing. That's
That's
awesome.
Franchetti wasn't here for that idea. I got the idea that I'm going to put speakers in like fake Pelican boxes.
That's not a
make like
bad
little-
idea.
Make like little
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth speaker things. Make them run off
Is
the
it
Milwaukee
still
battery.
functionable? Can at least kind of like carry your gun around or something?
Yeah, you can probably squeeze it in there.
Maybe foam it up, all the electronics and stuff, and then make a little cavity.
Not a bad idea.
Then you carry your pew around.
Little side note, but I found something the other day online that I didn't know I needed, but I need one now. It's a
Is that
repeating
gun?
crossbow.
It's a what?
A repeating crossbow. It's called a Revo 8. Look it up.
Oh, I'm putting that on the. Putting that.
EK Archery Revo 8. You will be
I gotta see
amazed.
this.
Dave's looking it up right now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. It didn't come right up because what is it? Revo? R-E-V-O?
Yeah.
Mine came up with a bunch of speakers.
Revo 8?
It's an EK Archery as the brand. It's called a Revo 8.
I found a Revo 7. Does that count?
That's it. Revo 7. I'm sorry. I said the wrong
He
number.
can't, see, he can't count. The hell? That's a crossbow?
Yes.
Looks like a tactical. Looks
Exactly.
like an all-pup rifle.
Exactly.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's
I
pretty
didn't know.
sweet.
I didn't know it. Yes. Yes.
I was trying
I
to get
didn't
it.
know I needed one, and now I need one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
How
And I
much was
checked
it?
with my buddy who's like really into like knowing what's legal and what's not, and you can legally hunt with that in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think they changed that. Before, to be able to hunt with a crossbow, you had to be disabled or something.
Not
like that.
anymore.
Yeah, no, not anymore. My
How
wife
much
hunts
is
with a
that?
crossbow.
How much is that?
500.
That's like your average shotgun.
That's your average crossbow.
Do they have a video of it shooting or not?
Yeah, they have speed competitions where guys like change out the magazines. One guy shoots 3 clips worth, so 7 times 321 in less than 30 seconds.
3 seconds.
And like
What's a politician slip 30 magazine clip in half a second? It made me think of that.
I don't know. I see such ridiculous
something
stuff
you didn't know
now.
you needed.
Yeah.
Sorry, we
Now I
digress from
want
welding
one.
related stuff.
Now I want one.
I need another
Just for-
adult Capri Sun.
Yeah. I actually have to get up and go to work tomorrow morning for the first time in all week, so, you know.
You have to. You're
Well,
going
baby.
in tomorrow. What time do you have to be in? At 6?
Yeah, I'll be in at 6 because I need to make sure I make my hours up. You going to be there? You're there at 6 tomorrow?
That's my thing. Showing up to work every day. I didn't have a baby, Mike. I couldn't take off for a freaking month. I went around telling everybody that you were having it. I said, Mike's having, Mr. Beatty's having a baby. No, it's like that. No, Mr. Beatty's having.
Yeah. The one thing I caught, I don't think I can add this to the podcast, but it's hilarious. When my wife was pregnant with our first child, people used to ask us all the time, or used to say, "Congratulations that you guys are pregnant." I'd look at people, I'm like, I'm not pregnant. They're like, "Well, you're having a baby, right?" I'm like, "No, she's having a baby. I'm just the father."
I'd be like, it doesn't work that way, does it?
Do I need to go see a doctor?
Act like you don't know
But no,
no
the
better.
best part was
Should I be taking medicine? No. Did we make it through it?
we
Mike
did.
Mike looks like he's ready to pass out too. I'm all getting twitchy eyed.
We did pretty good. That was one of our more productive conversations that we've had.
Yeah, it was more focused on the actual
Actually
topics.
focused.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
I know. I don't know how much better it's going to do or not. Maybe we need to get off topic, or maybe have a couple more Capri Suns.
And
Maybe
then
we
take
can-
a couple more wheelbarrows.
Maybe we can all put on the same clothes and sit in the same spot, and we'll reshoot a couple more scenes next and add to it.
I totally thought about it if I did it on my phone, going over and just popping into Robinson's house.
Oh,
And
that
be
would be
yay!
funny. Oh, that would be funny.
Funny. It'd be funny, but Beth's over here tonight, so it wouldn't be
Oh,
so funny.
geez.
Well, hopefully you guys have learned a little bit of something from listening to us talk about the tools that we would buy for $1,000 if we had none.
Yep.
I don't know what we're going to do for the third episode. Maybe we'll do a Facebook Marketplace competition. Who can find the best deal? Because we know Mike's going to come up with something like crazy.
He already knows everything in the tri-state area. You know,
Probably
he
has
likes-
it all.
everybody else is on TikTok or, this, that, or the other, and Mike's sitting there on Facebook Marketplace refreshing every 5 minutes, thinking that something new came on the market. Something I can add to the yard.
Right now. I went the other night to go pick up something. I just bought on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet.
Did you buy another motorcycle?
No, a little bit bigger than that.
That's the only thing I buy on Facebook Marketplace is motorcycles.
I know.
I buy a lot of things off of Facebook Marketplace and sell a lot of things too.
I try to sell. Nothing ever sells for me. It sells for my wife, but nothing ever sells for me.
I'm the worst. I throw shit out. I don't sell anything. I give it away most of the time, or I'll just throw it out. Because usually when I'm done with stuff, it's crap.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think that concludes today's episode or tonight's episode. This will, we're going to do an every 2 week thing. So every other Friday, 7 a.m., we'll be live. Well, we won't be live, but the episode will go up, and then
hopefully eventually go live.
And we might even have a guest next time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I got a couple people. Yeah. Or even you. Yeah. I'm sure you have people.
I think we've all had a couple people contact us at this point. I've had a couple people contact. I know Mike has had a couple people contact.
Yeah.
So
What?
maybe we'll bring on a guest next time and pick their brain a little bit.
Is Mike going to bring in an Amish welder? Dude, there's one right down. There's actually one right down the street from me. I should go.
Just one?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just one down the street.
There's probably about 30 if you go down the street a little further.
I'm like, how would you feel about coming over to my house? I just want you to stand right here. That's all I want you to do. And when I turn around and be like, what do you think about that? Just,
I love
Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope you guys learned something. Tune in the next 2 weeks where we figure out what the hell we're actually going to do.
Awesome.
Subscribe, like, find us all on YouTube. Stickman Fab on YouTube, 3B Trailers on Instagram and TikTok, and then Better Dave Welding. Is that what your YouTube's called now?
Yep. I didn't open it to public yet, but I'll have a grand opening. Putting together some material. I don't have the pole up yet.
All right.
I gotta make money somehow.
Well, thanks for everybody for listening. Tune in the next 2 weeks. We'll have something new.
See ya.